Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Magic Arena Run. Today it's Midweek Magic. I actually have a lot of Midweek Magic today. First off, we have Momir again. We already did an episode of that. We also have the Future Precons. This is the second part. We already took a look at the allied colored ones a while ago. We had some growing pains with them. These first two, it's easy to get kind of carried. It's easy to miss a lot of the cards that make these run. We locked out an Outlaw Posse. Dino might be also kind of locked out a bit, so basically kind of even. Saddle Up is probably where I think it's at if you can line up the cards. But now we're gonna check out the enemy colored ones. So the one I was most impressed with is the Snack Time one so far from what I've seen. But we're gonna check out Power to the People first. So this is a 2 power deck. Everything is on triggering on 2 power. So synergies with Market Watch Phantom, power 2 or less, Starling Gorehound 2 or less, Neighboring Guardian 2 or less. Primarily Delny, which causes the trigger to happen an additional time. I don't know about causing us to mill a card being that great. Taking 2 cards is going to be a big one. We also, as for our rares, assemble the players. I already mentioned Delny. Let's see. Yeah, these are all commons and commons. Wojek Investigators is another rare that's pretty good. So our removal 2 makeshift binding. So we are kind of removal light. So that is also okay. 2 consuming ashes. We have Rankle's Prank as a removal. That's fine. Ooh. This is interesting. So, okay, 4 rares, 4 rares, 1 mythic, 5 if you count the Shadowy Backstreet. So this lines up. I'm still really confused about the Dynamite deck. Let's not count this one. So 1, 2, Pugnacious is 3. Yeah, it looks like we're really missing a rare here. I can't find the 4th rare. Not counting Commercial District. Yeah, we are really missing a rare here. So a bit of a boo on that one. Thankfully, these are all precons, so they'll kind of give you the cards if you don't already have them. But yeah, you're getting shorted 1 rare. Though I think my count is that the other deck had more. The green-white deck had 1 extra, so that explains why that one is pretty good. So right off the bat, yeah, we're going Phantom turn 1. Yeah, we're gonna go Phantom turn 2. Oh wait, they're all Phantom, sorry. Market Watch Phantom 2, Screaming Phantom 3. Wisp-Drinker Vampire is pretty decent if we can get the cards to go with this one. Oh, wait, we're slamming this, we're going for this right away. Also, mic check, doing good. Okay, we also hit Delny. Now, I might hold off on Delny for now. Our opponent playing the green-white deck is a bit concerning. Yeah, they had the steer here. Okay, that's fine. So hold off on Delny a bit. Hopefully we can hit our 4th land, because at least we have to make your move. This is incidental. This is quite okay. I'm afraid they might have a steer clear. Okay, that was actually good mill. I don't think I needed combat tricks right now. I guess we just play Delny and hope they don't have it. If they have it, it's a problem. If they just have a big creature, I'm fine with it. My concern is they have a throw off the saddle. That would be annoying. Thousand Moons Infantry. That one is fine since these guys can't. Oh, it's conditional. Oh, but they tapped it. But this will untap. So we'll take the hit. So we could probably makeshift finding this. Oh, there's. Oh, we actually have. Oh, Sanguine Evangelist is here also. I kind of want to take cards off them first. Oh yeah, double mill is also not great, especially if we're looking for lands. Okay, that's one land that we needed. Market Watch Phantom is more expendable, but we really want that land primarily to cast Risk Drinker Vampire. But if our opponent has another Steer Clear, this would be the best time. Okay, they're probably gonna hold it back because they. So we probably will end up chumping with bats. We could also alternately just chump with the Evangelist so and get more bats that way. Let's see, maybe our opponent has a combat trick to boost its power. If they do, they do. Moment of Valor. Okay, so they get to punch more damage through. At least, but we have to get it out of the way. There's just no way around it. And we still get our bats. Yeah, we hit our 4th land, so they're down to few cards left. I'm gonna hold off on the Deep Cavern Bat for now. I'm going to just... Yeah, I'm gonna use this one because yeah, we'll just use this. Yeah, we don't have ways of getting cards back, so I'm gonna hold off on this. It does increase the clock by 1 turn, but the plan is that I want to drop Whisk Drinker Vampire first, and then start. Okay, opponent has to cooped up. Do they exile it right away? They will, which makes sense. At this point, this one doesn't quite matter a bit. Yeah, we're gonna play the Whisk Drinker Vampire first. And now I'm kind of free to swing with everyone. Now that everyone's flying, our opponent has to have a reach creature, in which case it cannot be... That's not a reach creature. That's not a reach creature. And just... Yeah, opponent sees it. Incidentally, having a good number of flyers and having the Sanguine Evangelist combo with Delny. Yeah, I actually missed that one. We do have... So, the rares seem to be quite unbalanced. So the white-black one is actually... It's good in the sense that the curve is low enough that you will have action even if you missed a few land drops. Now let's go to the next one. Black-green. So this is the one I've been gushing over. Basically, it's a lot of food synergy. They gave us the best rare, one of the better rares here in Gumdrop Poisoner. It is admittedly more like a 5 mana drop, but 5 mana drop. But taking out 3/3 is quite good. Let's see what else do they give us. Huntsman's Redemption is also pretty nutty here. Wildwood Mentor, also quite good, though I'll be honest, I don't remember seeing this card. There is an Assassin's Trophy for removal. Also a Mossworth Dread Knight, and there's also... Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rares. And Bristlebutt Farmer as our mythic. So this is also a 6-in-1 deck. Kind of unbalanced. I would note that our removal is lighter. There are no Candy Grapples, so it's Feed the Cauldron. so not that great. Actually, as far as it's that Gumdrop Poisoner and the Gingerbread Hunter, so there's gonna be plenty of room to adjust this deck. Sugar Rush is there as a combat trick, but it only allows for trades. It doesn't actually provide survivability. But well, let's go snacking. This one looks pretty good. It's also nice to note that they did not include all the weird mana cost at once, so pretty decent start. Let's start making food right away. That's generally how you want this deck to go. So turn one, turn two. This is sorcery speed, so we will have to activate this. I would not be surprised if our opponent is also into food. Yeah, that was sorcery speed. Next turn, we're probably likely to just return to the wilds, make a token, food and land. Oh, the opponent's in the Dino deck. Greta is an option, but I want to enable our turn 4, so we're going with this right away. If we hit another land, we can actually just drop these two. Or we can drop this one, fine. But we're definitely going to drop Provisions Merchant first. Okay, I'm going to drop Sweet Tooth Witch first because this is kind of the weaker one of the bunch, although it does allow us to go face. Also note that our opponent has, as far as removal, I know the Dino deck doesn't. My head's scratching right now. I know this is the Dino deck, they probably stuck with 4s, 5s, and 6s. I would have mulled. Yep, stuck with 4s, 5s, and 6s. That's a Dino Automaton. We are now hitting our land, so this one's until the end of your next turn, so I'm free to swing with these two, see if our opponent blocks. Opponent blocks the Witch because they don't want me drawing another card. That said, I can... That said, okay, Armored Pin Collar. Ooh, looks like our opponent's really stuck here. That was a very weird keep. That is the issue with the Dino deck. Also, that's a bit ambitious. Now the reason I'm doing this sequence is because I know the red deck doesn't have remove, and if our opponent wants to trade, I'm forcing them to trade with the knight. And this will allow me to get the sequence I want. But yeah, that was. We were quite fortunate that in our previous. Okay, in the previous episode, I did play the Dino deck. We were kind of fortunate that we were able to, and we were against this deck as well. Hold on a second. Hello. Oh, sige. Okay. Yes, as I was saying, we were fortunate that we had this as our tree drop. Our opponent answered it, but our opponent was only able to drop 2 monstrosities, and we had Iskint. So basically, we kind of convinced our opponent to trade both. Yeah. So we got two cards for one there. Then we noticed our opponent was relatively greedy, and we kind of got there. Unfortunately, our opponent here has no such luck. So if I were to sack this, it's 5, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm just gonna pass. Because I think our opponent just quit. We're just gonna be here in the waiting game. But yeah, green white is pretty good. Black green is also pretty good. White black, there are some matchups where it could be in trouble, but it does apply a lot of early pressure. I'm surprised the red white. We'll see the red white deck later, but I caught a glimpse of it at the end of the previous episode I've recorded. It's nice that they're trying something new. That red white is not just aggro, but it doesn't seem to work that well. Suffice to say. I haven't seen anyone go with the blue-green deck. We're gonna go check that one. We're gonna check that one out next. I also haven't seen anyone do the blue-red deck as well. So we'll be checking those two out. We'll see how they line up. As for this one, I think we got the quit here. Yeah, I'm not gonna cast the. I guess I probably should have just cast this. Our opponent's pretty much gone already at this point, but. And frankly, all we did was just draw an extra card off this, so we can pretend this was not. No, we actually kind of need this one. Yeah, our opponent did not. Our opponents must have been stuck with 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s. The first one thing to know is that you are not going to hit your land drops necessarily on time. This is not Hearthstone. This is not Magic Spellslinger. Some rest in peace. That was fun. In fact, I'd like to believe that those systems are very good within their own games. But do not bring that mentality to Magic because it will hurt you. Anyway, that's it. Let's now check out the Desert Oasis. I expect this to be ramped because of Bonnie Paul. It's 25 land soldiers, a little more than usual, so this is definitely ramped. So, also seeing a bit of landfall here. We got Grizzly Bill. Then we got Bonnie Paul. Let's check out what other rares we have here. One Sentinel to name the city, so we have some exploring as well. Case of the Locked Hothouse is a way to play stuff play stuff from the bottom. Deep Fathom Echo, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, Colossal Rattleworm, so we got 5 rares, not including Hedge Maze 6 and 1. Oh no, this has a lot of rares. There's also Jade Light Spelunker here. Wow. These decks are so unbalanced. It's a good thing I've stopped trying to make that. Oh, we're going to do the upgrade series here because I would have had to balance them based on the number of rares, and I would have had to use whichever deck had the most rares as the basis, and I probably would have to take out some before adding others. I probably would have add the budget to add another mythic. Obviously, the best use of the budget is fill out the survey lands, but maybe not necessarily. So in this case, Lush Oasis first. So we get Scout 2, Green Blade 3, and we have a desert already. Hothouse 4. So I'm willing to keep this one, but I know we don't have that much action. Hoping to not hit too many lands off, not hit a land off this one. We're getting an extra land already, so we've accounted for 5 lands. But we're definitely, yeah, because we need to have something to buy us time until we can unlock this one. Also, I noted not that much in the way of enchantment or artifact removal. Like like white black usually has them. All they have is make your move, which only deals with power greater than 4. Let's see. Blue can kind of deal with it. They do it. The blue black deck could deal with it. They have a few counter spells. The white. We'll check the blue red deck next. White blue doesn't have a real way to deal with it. Then black red has no way of dealing with those. So enchantments are mostly safe. But our opponent is, and I have played against this opponent before. So we're gonna see. Okay, this is blue black. Now we could have probably just played the hedge maze first because. So let's see. Do they have a spell stutter? Nope, no spell stutter. And definitely keeping this one because we now know we need a lot of aggro ongoing. Mocking Sprite. Yeah, we're gonna have to go for this. I guess we grab a... Yeah, I guess we grab a desert here. So next turn, I want to go for Hot House, but I can also go Beanstalk Worm. Let's see if our opponent leaves mana up. The concern is that if our opponent leaves mana up, they could be representing Spell Stutter. So which do I want to give up first? Let's give this one up first. Yep, they had that, and I'm fine with it. One is gonna make us discard a card. We will probably, but we also have to note that this one makes Spell Stutter cost one blue mana. Oh, they're going for Talion. Naming 4. Thankfully, this is a tree, but okay, we would need to play this Lush Oasis first. Okay, we got them. Also, we have Colossal Rattleworm with Flash, so that's pretty neat. But yeah, now our opponent is probably going for Stairmaster Sprite. They're going to just tap out one of our creatures, most likely. Yep. So let's see if our opponent has a counter to this. Yeah, definitely keeping the failed forwarding. Quick study, destroying 2 cards. Okay, but we are admittedly getting kind of close here. So we are roaming Throne, so they're not going for. So they're not going for the Colossal Rattleworm. So Barrow Naughty, so. But they're also down to 4. And they block this, only 3 gets through. Well, we'll play the land first. And another land. We can also play this, but doesn't have. So I definitely want to play this just to make sure I don't die. But now the question is, if I swung with this one, I would need 2 also to pay for ward. Definitely still keeping that up top. And oh, opponent just gave up. Technically, they could have survived by blocking this one. Well, actually, they could have blocked this one also. They would still have 1 life left. But opponent just gave up right there. That was a very close call, to be honest. Finally got our revenge on that. And that was just off the well. And though the hothouse only just gave us a few other lands, it did dig us to our next rare, so that was pretty good. So that leaves us second to the last deck. This one I really looked down, but not in a good way. Okay, second chance. This is, as it says, if you cast your second spell. So almost everything here is going to trigger off if you cast a spell already. We got some early removal in Shock, Abrade, Scalding Viper, though this is sorcery speed, Thunder Salvo, and Slick Sequence. So we have lots of early removal. Even have Flick a Coin, so lots of early. This is the most interactive deck as it is. Now let's see what are our payoffs. Melek Reforged Researcher. What's? I don't remember this guy. Equal to twice the number of instant sorceries in your graveyards. Okay, so a bit set up, but the first instant or sorcery spell you cast each turn costs 3 less to cast, so it's really good with ill-timed explosion, but I guess it does also reduce the cost of the Flick a Coin and Seize the Secrets, I guess. Speaking of which, ill-timed explosions are board wipe. Johan never really caught on in limited. Crown caught on better. Got Breaches. If you cast, you may sacrifice an artifact. This one's very finicky. Do we have enough artifact generation? There's Flick a Coin. Malcolm also generates artifacts, but that's a rare. So this one's so Breaches is kind of awkward, but it is 3/3 menace. Yeah, there are not that many artifact generation. Not that much in the way of artifact generation at all. Anyway, so that's 2 of our rares. Scalding Viper is a rare. Archmage's Newt is a rare. The Flashback's kind of relevant. Malcolm's also rare. So, and we got Case of the Crimson Pulse. So it looks like this one also being quite pushed. Oh yeah, Reckless Lackey can make treasure. I'm not too convinced. I do like the ample amount of removal here, but I'm honestly not too convinced. There's also an issue that the removal is kinda on the small side, like 1-2 damage. There is Hell to Pay, which we can use to make a lot of treasure if we overshoot it, but we honestly want to be saving it for something really big. So that said, we do get to go Reckless Lackey first. I think we should be able. I think we can empty our hand quite relatively easy. Depends on what other cards we draw, but only going Commune with Nature. So this is the Dino deck. Yep, dug a Dino Automaton, so we know what to save it for. Also, there are a few there are two mana dinos here, but our opponent most likely wants to play them at 4, so 3 mana is going to be the key. They might have another Commune, which would be interesting. Man, answers. So I might just discard the Demand Answers here. Yeah, there we go. So next turn we can demand answers, pitch a land, then Thunder Salvo, then actually solve the case. Yep, Armored King Caller, expected. Oh wait, no, we would have drawn an extra cost. Okay. Alright. Okay, maybe not quite. Okay, but next turn we will be able to do Johann Shock. Maybe not, that was an eroded canyon. Nope, opponent did not take the bait. So we're just gonna go up town instead. When it could have a Rumbling Rock Slide, they might use it to take out... Yep, they're gonna take out Johann, which is still fine, I guess. Because we can now definitely empty our hand. And also note that this is beginning of up, so this works really well for us. Leaping Ambush, okay. I actually forgot that card exists. So what are we looking for? We're looking for a spell with a mana value of 3, but we would need to sack this first. Never mind, our opponent is just going to snipe Reaches. Yeah, this is really bad for us now. In our haste to draw extra cards, we probably should have held that one back a bit. We're drawing lands. Well, there's a slick sequence, but okay. Our best bet is deal damage first, because we're gonna crack this guy. Okay, we just got flooded. That is not good. So I'm probably gonna cast it end turn, but yeah, the land. If you hit a land flood, pocket, this is not so great. Also, our opponent making good use of the combat tricks. I didn't actually. And the presence, draw. Also remember that we do need... Ooh, they hit the Carnosaur. It's over. Yeah, what are the odds that I draw? Well, there's a health pain and ill-timed explosion. I can pitch the flick of coin. That would do it. So and this is a target creature check. I could also decline, but we're gonna lose all these cards anyway. Unfortunately, this is a sorcery, so I'm just gonna drop it now. Yeah, we have to give up on this. We're gonna draw through much of our deck, but oh, opponent actually just pitching that? I was more dead if our opponent cast it. No, they have Cavern Stomper, that's why. Yeah, this is the place where our matchup is not so great. Like we can't. And we draw lands. And a 6 sequence. Yeah. Unfortunately, if you hit the land pocket, that would have been really bad there. So kind of goofed up on. We kind of got caught unaware in that one attack. So it's something to keep in mind. They do have combat tricks. Some second chance. I might be willing to give it a second chance, but maybe not this time. We have one more deck to check out. This one, let's see if we can string the Discover, because we really need to land the Atali's Favor. We need to have enough artifacts for Caparocchi Sunborn. So if we can land these, we're on a good slate. The issue is that our 2-drop slot is really low, and everything else is on the 3-drop slot, so it's super questionable. If I were to rebuild the deck, I would definitely add more. I would definitely slant it more on the 2-drop. No, there is an argument that the reason they don't slant it that way is because how to say this? Because it feels bad to hit 2 drops as a dud. As it is, missing my mana is also kind of a dud. Oh wow, really? I'll risk this, but this one is just super unfortunate. This is green. Wait, which one had the Surveil? Okay, we did hit our white. Oh, green blue. Okay, but our opponent is gonna accelerate out of hand. Kind of tempting to do War Leader's Call, but we're probably gonna go Tinker's Toad first just to have some block. Yep, we're not reaching this. Mind Raider, if you control another outlaw. Why is this here? There are not that many outlaws. This makes 0 sense. And also notice that you have to attack with a non-known creature, so these don't trigger this. I'm starting to feel like that I'm starting to feel like that as this deck was built, this was built really poorly. There are too many internal non-bows. That said, I will still trade for this. Okay, there's a stockpiling Celebrant, which that's even a knight, so it doesn't pair with this one. What gives? I have nothing to discover with this one, so. So my best bet is to return this one, get the Scry 2. Yeah, we need the extra mana. Hold on. Yeah, we need the extra mana anyway. Yeah, like this is not even an outlaw also. Yeah, we have to take. Because next turn we're most likely gonna just drop. Yeah, we're not winning this one. We're just gonna try to buy as much time as possible. Opponent probably has some sort of trick, but it doesn't really matter at this point. Yeah. Okay, first let's activate this. Let's gain the life now. Best bet is to try to take this out and just jump this one. But this also makes tokens that are tapped and attacking. Yep, they had the failed forwarding, so they kind of would have ruined it anyway. Yep. I would probably give this one another go, but honestly, I don't think it's that great. Like, I can drop. Yeah, because you really want this early, but it wouldn't have mattered because almost everything was a gnome anyway. Yeah, we can concede this one. We wouldn't even if I would not have enough to block this. Yeah, the red-white deck is absolute trash. I would not play with this one. Also, because there are a lot of incidental non-posts that make it not work. Like whoever tried to build this one tried to make. I'll try it again, but whoever tried to build this one tried to make fit in too many different teams that did not really line up. If you wanted to make a Nim Pakal deck, just going around with artifacts, just do that one. There are a lot of artifact synergies, and you don't even have to force yourself to play with Lost Caverns of Ixalan. This one we are going to keep. But as I said, I have zero. Although it looks like our opponent might be green-white into a Seraphic Steed. Please. But yeah, the 2 into the 3, and this is also the perfect amount of saddle as well. Also note that this deck does not really have any removal. Like, it doesn't even have a shock. Like, I would play the War Leader's Call first just to have something to do, but like, even if I were to dump this, the most I could do is, like, our opponent is probably just gonna equip it, saddle this one. They're not. Yeah, this is really bad. I would not. If I had to do the red-white deck, I would probably gut it completely. And now I understand what our previous opponent was playing this at was thinking. Like, I could play this, and next turn we get to get a free discovery, but that's a whole lot of nothing. Like, if our opponent has say, okay, that's fine. Because this. And yep, they have 4 to the saddle, so I can't even block anyone. Yep. Got it. Yeah, please don't play the red-white deck. It's complete thumbs down. It's not worth it. But we did find a lot of other good gems of decks. The green-blue, green-black, green-white, they're all pretty good. Green-red, also okay, though admittedly a bit scary and if you don't line up your curve right. So any deck with green, you can't go wrong. As far as I'm kind of okay with the white-black deck. I'm not okay with the blue-black's too finicky. I'm not okay with the red-white deck. It's garbage. Sorry, garbage is a bit harsh. It's poorly tuned. As in if your game plan is to land creatures with discover, you have to take what are the other decks doing? Like, even the control deck, Crack the Case, is doing things on turn 2. Well, turn 1, they have Novice Inspector. Fairy Pranks even has something on turn 1. Outlaw Posse has something on turn 1. Arguably, you could say that the green-black deck doesn't do anything until turn 2. Desert Oasis doesn't do anything until a little bit later, but even Saddle Up has something to do on turn 2. This one literally has only 2 things. to do on turn 2. On the draw, it expands to 4. You can petrify something. Connecting the dots, it's putting something on board, but you're not really doing anything. Guardian of the Great Door does not count because this does not land on turn 2. And so many things on turn 3, like, this is the one I would want to have more copies of. Like the Mind Raider, not the Mind Raider because this is super conditional. There is a Brazen Blade Master to pair up for pirates, but I would ditch this there are better interactions for artifacts. In fact, there are quite a few good artifacts in red and white. I would have just gone straight artifacts. I would have probably cut the discovery part altogether, which is probably sad, but kind of necessary. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode of Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, turn on notifications, and whatnot. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you guys again next time. Take care, God bless, stay safe wherever you are. Have a great week, everyone.